Is it going? Is this thing going? Is it going? Is this thing going? Is this thing going? What up, people? How you doing? It's Rafael. Long time no see. Long time no see, man. I miss you guys. Thank you for all the people that have been writing me, that have been commenting on the videos, that have been watching the videos for all the years that I've been making videos, and who have been reaching out. You know, I haven't been in a while, but here I am with more videos. I am like taking it on a go because, you know, sometimes I don't even find time to do this thing as much as I want to. So I'm taking it on a go. Hopefully you can see me. Hopefully you can hear me good. You know, I'm here like working out or like pre-workout, walk, jog, and then, you know, you do the weights. But what's up, people? I missed you. 2016 has been cool. 2015 was tough. Be like, you know, doing my thing, taking care of me, doing stuff, you know. People, I missed you. So, what is it that we're talking about? We're talking about, so, created you. I haven't forgotten created you. People have commented and asked, hey, when you're gonna finish that created you thing? We like it. Why don't you finish it? I don't know if we're ever gonna finish that, but here's video number 2, because I mean there's so much to talk about that stuff. How can I start this video? Let's see. Years ago, I saw a clip about this kid, African kid, on YouTube. It was from a channel called Thinker, and it was about this African kid that would get up, you know, early in the morning. Like he would wake up when people were sleeping, basically, and invent. He would go to the trash cans and grab different things, and he ended up creating a couple of things, inventing a couple of things, a battery, a radio station, different things. And he ended up appearing on TV in Africa. He ended up basically winning a contest, and then somehow he ended up coming here to the United States, and I think they offered him a scholarship in MIT. And this kid's like a little genius kid. You know, he was doing it when he was little. Now I think he's like 15. No, I think now he's like 18, because that was like some years ago. And I don't know, watching that, I was reminded of certain things, you know, when I was younger. You know, things that I'm learning now, things that I'm being reminded about now. And all this stuff is tied up together, you know, with creating, you know, and in creating you have to be creative. You have to have innovation and a curiosity, and, you know, a willingness to explore, you know, in creating. Nobody who created anything did it out of, you know, even sometimes people create things by mistake. You know, there's certain things that have been created by mistake, somewhat mistakes. And no one does it without having a curiosity to attempt to do something or say something or think something. There's always had to be something behind what you see in the front, you know. So this kid reminded me of when I was in the Dominican Republic, when I was younger, when I was a little kid, how I used to be, you know, something that I forgot. You know, when I was a kid, I used to be very curious, you know, very creative. I still am very creative and very curious, but as a kid, it was something that it was like too much. It was crazy. It was a lot. And I remember, I'll give you a little 2 different stories. One was, I was like maybe 8 years old. We had like one of those old school black and white TVs in the Dominican Republic. And my mother, she bought us, she was working in Puerto Rico, she bought us a color TV. And it was like, wow, the biggest thing in life, we had a color TV. It's like early 90s. and I I was in heaven. You know, we had like 4 channels, no cable, and we used to watch those channels with the antenna. And there was like a channel that used to play that you couldn't see the image well, but sometimes you could hear what was going on. They used to play cartoons in the middle of the afternoon, and they used to put like songs. It was like songs like "I'll be watching you," that Police song, you know, or Lionel Richie. All night long, all night. But within the song, we had like music videos with cartoons like the Flintstones and I don't know, Tom and Jerry, things like that. And I used to love cartoons. I still love cartoons now. And so when I was like 8, I wanted to see that channel, but you couldn't see it. We didn't have we couldn't pick it up. The antenna couldn't pick it up. So I decided to make an antenna. I just decided I'm going to make an antenna that's going to be powerful enough to pick that stuff up. And so I went into the garbage and I got some like broken radio. I got some wood. I got some cables. And I made it into some sort of cross, the wood, and I had some foil thing and some cables. And I got a needle from my grandma. And I tied up the needle to the TV, to the cables, and then to the antenna, and put it on the TV, and you know, voila! We had like 4 or 5 new channels, including that channel that I wanted to pick up, and we were able to see that channel. And it was like I was 8 years old, and I did that, and I didn't believe that I couldn't do it. I just did it. So I created that antenna, and we had the channels, and I was happy. Yay, something like that. I think later on in life, I was 11 years old. I came to the United States, Miami, where I still live now. And my mother, you know, she's a single mother. We were me and my 2 sisters and my mom. I remember that we had a TV. It was cool, but we didn't have cable. And all my friends had like cable. They had Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon and MTV, and I was like, I used to like spending time in their houses because they had good channels. I can only watch soap operas and stuff, you know. But I remember my mom was like, "Hey, we're gonna put cable." I was like, "Yeah, we're gonna put cable." Yeah. So she called the company at that time was called Adelphia. I think now it's Comcast, and we decided to put cable. But I thought we were gonna have like the cool cable. I didn't know there was like 2 types of cable, and we ended up getting like the basic of the basic, where you get like 13 channels or something like that, you know, and like 5 of those channels you already have. But you know, you can watch the novellas better, you know, better, you know, now with the antenna. And I remember the guy came, the dude, the cable guy came, Jim Carrey came, and he was like, you know, he had his little apparatus, his little device that he put on the little hole, the little axle hole where the cable was coming from. He put the little device, had a little needle, and he just kind of like turned the wheel in the device, and it would make a sound like blue, 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 something like that. And I like to make sound, like sound effects of everything I'm talking about. And then after like 5 minutes of him leaving that thing there, we had cable. We had like basic cable, 13 channels, something like that. And we ended up, he ended up doing that. And then I was like, oh man, when this guy lives, I'm going to try to do that. You know, maybe I can get some more channels or something. I just thought that I could do it. You know, as a kid, you think you could do anything. And that's my point in this video. And so I just basically got this old radio. We had like some old radio around. I took the antenna off the radio, a little antenna they came up with, and I put a wire, and I put a needle, and I stuck the needle in the little cable thing in the wall, and I just started playing with the different stations in the radio, and AM, FM, and just playing with different stations till I got to all the way to the right, and the stench, I think it was like AM all the way to the right with a little wheel, and it started going bloop, 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 the same sound. So I was like, oh man, I'm just gonna leave this. So I left it. I left it there for like 5 minutes, and then took it off, then put the cable, you know, the thing, the connected TV and everything, how it was supposed to be set up, and voila, we had cable. We had like a bunch of channels, like more than 68 new channels. You know, we had Nickelodeon, we had Cartoon Network, had HBO. Like I wasn't supposed to be watching HBO, but I was watching HBO. So, you know, that was really cool. That was really cool because as a kid I used to be like that. I used to like open things up and, you know, fix stuff that was broken. And I had this curiosity to do things, you know. I don't know if it was like a talent or curiosity or just something that I would do as a kid, you know, and different things that I would do as a kid, you know. And I think over the years, as you grow, you know, if you don't take whatever it is that you got going on, talent, gift, and run with it and do something with it or cultivate it, or if you don't have people around you that tell you, you know, that help you do that, or sometimes you cannot see the gift inside you, other people see it. And sometimes like there's people that, if you read stories of celebrities and stuff, they were inspired by a teacher or by a parent or by someone they idolize or whatever. You know, a lot of times it's not just that the inspiration comes from within them automatically. But some of those things I kind of like forgot, you know, as a growing up. You know, I would take my how can I put it, my desire to invent, you know, to create, and I translated it into drawing. You know, I was drawing since I was a kid. I drew, you know, I think I drew good for a while, but then like, I don't know, 12 years ago, I stopped drawing. You know, stopped drawing, and then I just recently started drawing last year. You know, if you know me from my other places, not just YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, you maybe seen some of my new drawings, things that I'm like doing now, and it's just something that it had to come out. You know, I realized that my gift, my talents, my desires, all that stuff is connected to my creativity, it's connected to creating, it's connected to my power, it's connected to even purpose. You know, and sometimes because you don't know how you're gonna use that or how is that gonna affect, you know, how it's gonna benefit the world. In my case, that's how I thought about it when I was growing up. You just sometimes let it go. So that's what I did with the drawing. I just let it go because I felt like, how is this thing gonna like help the world? You know, and I just had this desire to like help the world and do stuff for people, like bless people. And I felt like, how's my drawing gonna do that? But I realized recently that it's something for me. It was something for me, something that I enjoy, something for me. That in a sense, like it puts me in a creative place. It puts me in a peaceful place. It puts me on a innovative place. And the same way that I have that thing going on, you have stuff in your life as a kid, growing up, that you had. You know, you had and you still have, but it's maybe dormant. You know, talents, a gift, things that bring you and put you in a peaceful place. You know, in order for you to create, you have to be at peace. You have to be at peace. You know, I know that like my powers, they flow when I'm at peace. If I'm not at peace, it's like my powers, they're still there, but it's harder to get them to flow. The same way you got your powers to create, the powers of innovation, the powers to create in your mind and your thoughts and your words. And sometimes, because you're in a bad situation, you know, whether it be, I don't know, emotionally, mentally, or I don't know, in your job, in your relationship, whatever, and you're not at peace, then, you know, the things that are supposed to be flowing don't flow because, I don't know, you're stressed or whatever it may be. So this video is to remind you, you know, as a kid, what is the thing that you forgot? You know, what is the thing that right now maybe that gets you to your happy place, gets you to your innovative place, gets you to in that mode, makes you happy, makes you peaceful, you know, because we have all these gifts, all these different things that we were given by God, just music and dance and art and science and innovations and technologies. And, everybody's going to have something different that they like. Something different that they're good at, something different that wakes them up, that makes them spark. For me, it might be art and dancing and things like that. For you, it might be something else. So, look at the dog barking. So, this is what I'm want to say to you, find that thing. Find that happy place. For me, it's not a place, and it's not even a thing that I do. I think for me, it's more like my relationship, with the divine, with my dude, and if you never read, never seen one of my videos, and I say with my dude, and you think it's like a dude, then go back and watch the other videos, because I'm not talking about a man here, or maybe I am, but you know what I mean. But we all got this thing going on, that things that we could, that help us get in a mode, and then as you're in that mode, you can create because everything's connected. Your feelings are connected to your thoughts, your mind and your words and your actions. Everything's connected. In order for you to create at will and create the things that are preferable for you, that are good for you, that are beneficial for you, then you need to be in a good space, be in a good spot. You can't neglect yourself and expect to create amazing things. A lot of things are created out of neglect. You neglect your body, you might create sickness. You neglect your emotions, your mental health, you might create other stuff, unnecessary stuff, negative stuff, maybe things that are not good for you, obviously. So you can't neglect stuff. You can't neglect your gifts. You cannot be neglecting your talents. You cannot be neglecting who you are as a person, what you like, what you don't like. Don't neglect yourself in this way. I want to talk about creating and giving steps, and maybe, I don't know, I don't want to give steps, but different things to how to create, but it all starts with you. It all starts with your state of being, your mental state, your physical state, your emotional state. You are the factory that creates. You are the source within the source. You are the source is within you, and you are one with the source, and you are the source. So if you're not in a good place emotionally, if you're not in a good place mentally, if you're not in a good place physically, then it all starts with loving yourself. It starts with that, with putting some focus in yourself, I don't know, hooking yourself up, loving on you, so that, you can freely, without any interruptions, simply create the things you want to create. You might be motivated today and not tomorrow. Motivation is cool, but it's not the end at all. You need to be inspired, and inspiration comes from within. Motivation comes from the outside, but inspiration comes from within. And you are inspired when you're at peace. You're inspired when you're in love. You're inspired when you are, full of joy. So what is the thing that brings you joy? What is the thing that brings you peace? What is the thing that brings you creativity? What is the thing that makes you feel innovative? It makes you feel alive. What is it? Do those things. Focus on those things. Focus on those people that make you feel that way. Friends that make you feel that way. Relationships that make you feel that way. Family members that make you feel that way. And there's people that make you feel the opposite, whether they be friends or families. Then you need to take a break. Take a break. I'll tell you this right now. If you need to take a break to just take care of yourself, do that. Because sometimes we just got to do that. Sometimes everything's moving so fast in this world, and with all this social media and all this information and all these different things, that we need to take a break. We need to take the 10% of the things that we've been learning and apply them before we start learning a bunch of new things. We just learning so many different things, and we don't take time to apply the little things that we're learning. Come on. We need to be practical, at the same time be wise, and at the same time be open to the unusual, to the supernatural. Be open to all those good things, but at the same time have a balance where you are loving on yourself. As you love others, you are creating and growing into yourself, into who you really are, as you are attracting and you're creating these brand new things in life. I love you. Be blessed. As you are, remember, that you are loved, you are amazing. There's really nothing wrong with you. We just have to wake up to how amazing you are. You're a genius, you just probably just don't know it. We're all geniuses, just growing into that. Sometimes we don't know that we're geniuses, but you are a genius. You just don't know it. And I'm just here to remind you how amazing you are and how much of a genius you are and how much of a creator and co-creator with God you are. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Wow.